Hear me. Now you can hear me. What up, people? We gonna let's see. I had a video queued up. Where is it? Oh, Matt Blackfish. Why isn't it loading? He was catching some reds on this video. I don't even see it. Who's in here? Joe Blow? What up, Joe? Long time no talk to, man. You one of the originators though. One of the first subscribers. Good to see you back. So what we gonna talk about this week? We're gonna talk about some what's going on in the world of fishing. In my world of fishing, I guess. We got that storm coming. Hopefully that's gonna flush out the some of this river water that we've been having hanging around. Hopefully that'll make the fish move closer to move closer in the inside and stuff, and it'll start cleaning out some of this dirty water. What up, Mark? Anybody been fishing over the past weekend? What was it, 4th of July? Anybody went fishing? Bass fishing mostly? I've been doing a lot of bass fishing myself. I haven't been catching many bass, but probably like 5 of my last 6 trips have been bass fishing trips. I probably caught like 3 bass in those 5 trips. It's been rough. It's just been so hot. It's been so hot lately. It's hard to get on the it's hard to get out there and stay out there. Could have went fishing in your street earlier. Yeah, man, that was crazy. Robinson Canal, man, I haven't been down there in a long time. Yeah, I'm thinking that this storm front will really give the fishing a boost, and the trout will start getting into like a lot of places that they usually are in the summertime. Right now, they're really condensed into small areas where the water's clean, but I think this hurricane coming is gonna push that fresh water, push that clean salty water into the marsh. It's gonna get us right. Why isn't Matt's video playing? Let's try refresh. Let's see what happens. We're supposed to be watching Blackfish catch a few reds. Let's see if he tells us where he's at in this video. If you ain't subscribed to Matt Blackfish, go check him out. He don't say where he's at, but he's somewhere in the marsh catching redfish. This is a good time to do that. Get out there early and go in the marsh and catch some reds. Usually the water's really clean if you can find a nice grassy pond, and the fish will cooperate early in the morning when it's not too cold. I mean, not too hot. You can catch easy limits of reds. Yeah, they call it a hurricane, but they've gotten pretty good at predicting what's going to happen nowadays. I've been, over the years I've been watching them, and they've gotten pretty accurate on knowing what's going to happen and pretty much knowing where it's going to go. So I believe when they say it's going to be a hurricane. I don't think it's going to be a very big hurricane or very strong, but it might be just what we needed in the fishing world down here. But what was else I was going to say? Oh, there's some interesting stuff I was reading though. It's kind of scary. Some scary, interesting stuff I was reading about the river today. They were talking about how the storm surge from this storm is going to make the river jump up. And here I had the thing pulled up, the gauge. You can see right now the river is sitting at 16 feet. But what they're predicting is once this storm comes in, the river's going to jump up to 20 feet, and the levees the levees are right around 20 feet tall. So the river's going to be right at the top of the levees, and they're predicting that maybe in certain areas where the levee is not quite 20 feet, the river is going to overtop the levee, and that's kind of scary to think about because like in my head, once the river starts overtopping the levee, it's going to just kind of like scour the levee out, and it's going to make a hole in the levee. But I don't know. Maybe they know more than I know. Maybe that's not going to happen. I hope that's not going to happen. And that's just scary to think about. Hopefully, it doesn't make it to this projected 20 feet. But from what they're saying is, what is this? What time is that? 7. That's 1 a.m. No, what is it? Right around 1 p.m. on July 13th. So what is that? Saturday, right around noon. The river's gonna be like cresting at 20 feet, right at the top of the levee. So that'll be pretty interesting to see. I think I'm gonna go try to go out there and see it. But they were saying that the river has never been that high in so many years. What is that? Historic crest. 1922, 1916 was the last time that the river was 20 feet. So this is like some like once in 100 year type stuff that's going on right now. So like what is he saying? So yeah, look, like 2011 was like the last time that it was really even close to being that high. What up, B Ram? I seen B Ram on Instagram. I know he was a rapper. He has some pretty good music. Go check out B Ram, BX Ram on Instagram if you're a fan of the rapidy raps. Yeah, we're gonna play cards. Nah, we're gonna go fishing in the backyard or the front yard or whatever, wherever it's flooding. Everybody, I hope everybody made it out all right today with the rain we had today. Um, I know the city, New Orleans itself was flooded. People were kayaking in the streets and stuff. I seen a few people on my Facebook that had their kayaks out in front of their house, paddling around. Um, but yeah, it's kind of scary to think about this little procedure right here. What's going on? Where the river is gonna be like right at the limit. And I will give a shout out to what's his name? Damn, what's his name? I want to give a shout out to my buddy. Who's texting me? I want to give my shout out to my buddy Dan. He showed me this website. It's the National Levee Database, and you can like you could drag your cursor around. I haven't really played with it much. I don't really know exactly how it works, but you can see. Oh, here it is. So if you drag your cursor right here, you can see the height of the levee in a given point. So I guess if you look along the river, the levee right here is 19.7 feet in elevation. So where is that? That's kind of right around Algiers, English Turn area. The levee is only 19 feet, 19.3 feet. So if the river gets up to what they're projecting, which is 20 feet exactly, 20 feet on the dot, then water's going to start overtopping the levee right here and right around English Turn, somewhere in lower Algiers. I guess it's like right by the Chalmette Ferry kind of area. That's scary. Let's see, it's really low right here too. I can't really get in on that point. What up, Steve? Yeah, everybody get y'all boats ready. Get your kayaks ready. Make sure y'all got a escape route planned out. Be safe through this weather. But as a fisherman, I'm kind of excited about this. I'm kind of excited about this storm. I don't really want to say it like that. I really don't hope it's that bad. I really hope it's kind of just blows over. We just get a little surge and it goes on its merry way wherever it's got to go. But hopefully that surge will flush out Lake Bourne. But I was going to tell y'all about my trip this past 4th of July. Me and my brother decided we tried to go after those triple tails. I know I talked about that last time. We went out and the whole Lake Bourne was pretty much all dirty, muddy water. You can kind of see it on the world view right here. Yeah, Steve, I'm looking forward to seeing how high it gets with that storm surge. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the chart. I'll pull it back up in a minute. I'll show y'all what it looks like. But I'm hoping this storm surge flushes into Lake Bourne and flushes the area out. Me and my brother ran out 4th of July. We ran out into the Sound, the Mississippi Sound in the boat, and we went looking for triple tail. I had seen the world view a few days before. Where was it? The third. It was the world view from the third. I think that's what it was. Yeah, the world view from the third. We were going off of this image. This was the day before we went out. We could see that they had like a clean patch of water right here. So we ran out the Wrigley's and we were out here, and there was no clean water anyway. We ran out way past this area. We were like way out here somewhere, and the water was all just like straight muddy river water. So our triple tail mission was a bust. I think we would have had to have ran like somewhere out in this area, like closer to Mississippi, Cat Island, to get to the clean water, and we couldn't do it that day. It had started getting real rough and uh, and getting real bad. You can kind of see now. This is kind of what we encountered when we went out. This is the area where it was clean before, but we had something like a west wind, and it had flushed all the water out this way. What up, Jim? I'm off tomorrow, man. I'm thinking about trying to sneak down to Empire and go fishing, Jim. If you off, you want to take me out there, show me the way. Try to sneak a fishing trip in before this storm comes through. But yeah, the water was really dirty. So what did we do? We ran out here for like a while. It started getting kind of rough. So we turned around, we went back in, we ran around the lower Pearl. That water looked a lot better inside the Wrigley's. So Lake Pontchartrain is actually starting to get really clean now. You can see how clean it is. The only real dirty area is right at the outlet of the spillway, but the whole rest of the lake is pretty crystal clean. But we ran around this area, but by that time it had started to get real hot, and we didn't do anything. We couldn't catch even a. We went bass fishing, we went red fishing, we went look for Jack Crevalle. We could not find a fish on 4th of July, so that was a complete bust. So no video from that. But tomorrow I think I may try to sneak out and go catch some speckled trout on the west side of the river down in Empire. If it's still clean, I have to try to see if I can see a good picture from recent. I'm gonna try to get on the speckled trout bonanza that's been the west side of the river. You can see in this picture, when is this from? July 6th. That's 4 days ago. The whole beachfront is clean, all the barrier islands. So I'm gonna try to get out there and see what I can do maybe tomorrow. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on the storm. I hope that it pushes some nice clean water, salty water, pushes the jacks in the lake. Because I still haven't caught a jack yet. Usually we'd be catching them by now. Still haven't caught a jack yet. Hopefully they show up after this storm comes through, and I can start making some jack videos. But tomorrow, I think, yeah, we're gonna head out. I haven't really decided yet, but I'm either gonna try to take the boat to Empire, or I might go do some wade fishing, bank fishing down Grand Isle area. I don't know. We'll look into that a little bit later in the show. But what else I wanted to talk about today? Oh, I want to talk about boater safety. That's what I want to talk about. I had like some scary stuff happen on one of my last trips. We rescued these guys who had flipped their boat over. It was crazy. But I got some pictures of it right here. You kind of see what happened. We were out in the Wrigley's, and we were heading in. It was starting to get dark outside, and as we were running back in, we saw some guys standing on the bank. It was crazy. So we went over to see what happened, like how they got over there, and they had flipped their boat over. They also said they had caught a limit of redfish, which was pretty cool. But we were running. We had went bass fishing back in the Pearl River, back up in this little area, somewhere up in here. We caught one or two. But we were coming back out, and we got up right up in here. And as we were running, I could see like a bright green, lime green, a bright lime green, like somebody wearing a shirt. So we ran over to the bank to see what was going on. When we got closer, we could see that they had like four guys standing on the bank. I don't know if y'all can see that. Four guys standing on the bank. And you can see right there, that's their boat. Their boat was flipped over. And they were all standing on the bank. Luckily, they all got out the water and were able to get to the bank. But as we pulled up, It was like one guy in the water trying to flag us down. It was crazy. They were all out there. Uh, and it was real scary. It really kind of shook me up. So it made me start to think about like getting my stuff in order, making sure I have all the proper safety gear when I'm out there on the water. So yeah, that's what I've been trying to get my stuff together on my boat now. And I found the site. It's on LDWF. They show you like everything you need to have on your boat. But I've been looking into getting a what's that VHF radio now too. I'm really it really shook me up. But we rescued these guys. We had to anchor the boat up, tie up the throwable float, and throw a rope to them and drag them into the boat one by one. But yeah, you can see it was like four guys we had to get. You can see how happy they were when we finally got them all in the boat. Dude was all cheesed up. And here's the other guy. He had his life jacket on, and I think one other guy had a life jacket, but the other two other guys didn't have a life jacket, which is scary to think that they flipped over in that deep water out in the Wrigley. So here are the requirements for if you have a boat. I know everybody probably knows this already, but let's just go over it. Just make sure you be safe out there. You need to have your registration. You need to have your PFDs. Um, Make sure you have enough for everybody on board. I'm not gonna go over the types or anything like that. And if you have inflatables, you gotta wear the inflatables at all times while you're on the water. You can't just have them stowed away. You're supposed to wear the inflatables. Make sure you have your kill switch. Make sure you wear your kill switch. You never know what's gonna happen. Like your steering could disconnect or something like that, or you could hit a wave weird and throw you out the boat. Yeah, make sure you got a good first aid kit, your fire extinguisher. Make sure your lights are working. That's a big ticket if you don't. They give you a ticket if you don't have your lights working. Uh, your flares. Make sure all your flares are up to date. That's one thing that goes bad that people don't really check on. And all this other stuff, backfire, flamers, all that stuff is kind of useless. But uh, if you're on a kayak, I think first thing you should have is I don't really mess with a 360 light. I don't think that's really that useful. But you should have a handheld flashlight, a bright flashlight if you're going to be going out at night on the kayak, where you can like really flash a boater and really flash him down and uh, and really get their attention. What else you should wear? You should always wear your PFD at all times if you're in the kayak, and you should also what else should you have in kayak? You should carry a good set of pliers, a good knife. Bolt cutters are always useful if you get a hook in your hand. A little pair of like 8-inch bolt cutters. That's always something you should carry on your boat. I learned that the hard way. Uh, I got a tuna plug hook in my hand. It was like one of those real thick hooks, and you couldn't cut it with anything but a pair of bolt cutters. And luckily, my buddy Scott had packed them in his tackle bag. So now I carry a set of bolt cutters. So the stern light, so there's that the white light is supposed to be 3 feet higher than the bow, so they can see you from all directions, right? Yeah, man, I've been getting my stuff together. Make sure you got all that. And so then I've also been looking into getting a VHF radio. VHF radio is a pretty cool tool that allows you to communicate if you're outside of cell range. Um, And I know a lot of times when I go out in my boat, I'm outside of cell range. But in a kayak, usually, you can carry your phone, you'll be able to get service and call for help if you need help that way. But yeah, guys, just be mindful in the water. Be mindful and be safe. This really shook me up. And it seemed like when we talked to them, there was a little bit of a language barrier. The guys, they didn't really speak much English. So they weren't able to fully explain what happened. But from what I understand, what they did say is that the boat caught a wave, and I think they took on a wave. So they took on the first wave, and the boat got really unstable. And so then once the second wave hit, it just pretty much capsized. The boat just capsized after that. We were shin deep water, no scuppers. Oh, what happened? Wait, is this Brandon? Were you in the boat? Wait, hold up, man. Oh, this B Ram. Shin deep water in the boat on the lake due to no scupper plug. Oh shit. Yeah, man, you gotta make sure your scuppers are working right. Where you had like the little flap that doesn't allow water back in and out. I love my boat. My boat is a self-bailing boat. It has scuppers on the back. And I've had like shin deep water in the back of that boat. And then once you hit it, if you hit it right and get it up on an angle, all the water just drains right out the back. There's no there's no bilge pump or anything on my boat, so my boat is pretty unsinkable. I've tried to sink it once or twice, and we've always made it out all right. But yeah, you gotta make sure your boat is in tip top shape. That little incident really shook me up. Made me realize that you're really vulnerable. Like I kind of felt a little invincible on the boat until the other day when I found these guys out there. And they were saying what they were saying was they had fished all day. They were headed back into the launch. They were headed back into the launch. They had caught their fish for the day and they were going home. And on the way home, that's when it happened. So yeah, you just gotta be ready and prepared for everything. And this little site right here is pretty cool. This little levee height site is really cool. So let's look. Plaquemines Parish. How do you select it? Always bring bananas in the boat. Wow, wait, hold on. I thought you weren't supposed to bring bananas. So you can see how high the levee is. I wonder how you select another zone. I don't know. Man, I don't really believe in those fishing superstitions though. I bring bananas. I eat bananas. I eat what else I do? Catch a fish on the first cast. I don't believe in none of that stuff. If you know how to fish, you know how to fish. And the fish don't can't smell no bananas. Damn, there's a spot where it's 18 feet. It's in the same area, like right around Algiers Point. But yeah, guys. So what else? What else we was talking about? Oh, renew your fishing license. That's one thing I need to do. I was riding dirty the other day. I forgot to renew my fishing license. Any of y'all believe in that? Any of y'all believe in those superstitions? Brought bananas twice. One time a limit. The next time you blew up the motor. Oh man, see, it wasn't the bananas. Then it was something else you did. It wasn't the bananas. It was probably something else. Did you catch a limit of trout and then blow up the motor? I don't know what I did when I blew up my motor. I think I just was unlucky. Everybody renewed their fishing license, right? I heard that eating bananas is good for got your first $5 license. Oh man, I can't wait to do that. I'm thinking about uh I'm thinking about getting a lifetime license. It's I think it's like what is it like 10 times the price of a license or something like that. So I think it used to be like $400. So it's $500 for a lifetime fishing license. I'm thinking about getting me one of those because if you think about it, add up the rates. Right now, what is it like $30 to get a fishing license? So if you multiply that out, I think I would get the 500 eventually, right? You got to be 60 to get a $5 license. Yeah, I think I'm about to instead of doing the yearly one. And if you got kids and you plan on fishing with them, go ahead and cop them a resident lifetime fishing license right now while they still young. $200, you can't beat that. That's like you're gonna save money. And you know that fishing licenses are gonna go up eventually. Like they just raised them not too long ago, and now they're talking about making changes again. So you know they definitely gonna raise the price of a fishing license. I know like when I used to live in Virginia, a fishing license was like $50 for a resident. So I know that they're probably gonna go back towards that. They're gonna start moving up towards other states. Louisiana's gonna catch up eventually. So yeah, if you can, go ahead and cop that lifetime. That's what I'm gonna do. You always release the first keeper fish, just a superstition. Yeah, that's a good one. That's like I don't know. That's something I used to do. Nowadays, I don't know. Right now, you could probably fish at the Honey Island shooting range. Why is the water really? Is the water high in the Pearl right now? I don't really know that area. I'm not familiar with that area, Brandon. I don't uh I don't really frequent that area much. We've been messing around. Me and my brother been messing around in the lower end. Oh, really? So you can get it put on your driver's license. That's cool too. So then you don't have to worry about carrying around the little paper paper license in your wallet. That's pretty slick. I'm definitely gonna get that. Huh. Yeah, so me and my brother, we've been running around this little area, like fishing for bass. And we did notice that the water is like moving super fast compared to the last time we had went back there back in I guess that was like last fall we went in there. But yeah, the water's really moving fast through these channels. It was much easier to fish last time when the water wasn't as fast. But I've been messing around doing that. It's kind of a little challenge, a little curveball. I've been trying to learn and pick up some new stuff in there. And it's been very challenging. But it's beautiful back here. There's like lily pads and there's like places where there's like flooded canes and stuff. You can kind of see it in this picture right here. So all this is like cane and shallow flats and cattails and stuff like that. It's really cool back there. It reminds me of like watching the Bassmaster Classic or something on TV where they have like all those different stuff the guys fish, the lily pads and stuff like that. It's really cool. What's up, Justin? So what else? What else? I had like a couple more things on the agenda. I think I kind of went through them all. So yeah, tomorrow I plan on going fishing. I think I'm gonna try to do a quick morning trip. I want to go down to Empire. My buddy Jimmy been teasing me. He's been going down there. He's been down there a couple times now, down to the Empire Jetty right down here. So I think I'm gonna load up the boat tonight, get everything ready. I'm gonna sneak down here for the morning trip, but I haven't checked the weather or anything. So let's go through and see. Let's see what it's looking like tomorrow. Also, this is an open invitation. Anybody could go fishing tomorrow. I uh I don't have nobody to go with me. Anybody? Is anybody free? I know it's kind of last minute, short notice, but I was wondering if anybody wanted to make something happen. I gotta buy a fishing license too before I go. Oh shit, I forgot. I see. I'm about to rat on myself. I'm saying the weather. What's the weather looking like? What's the weather supposed to be like tomorrow? It's supposed to rain tomorrow. How's the algae bloom affecting the fishing? I heard people were catching fish even though it was all blooming and stuff. They're recommending that you don't eat the fish right now, but I don't know. I really don't see it making much of a difference. Like eh, I would avoid it if I could, but if where I was fishing had algae, I'm sure the fish are still under that algae. Like the water's not all dirty. Where's my weather? What up, Nate? Graphical forecast. Here we go. Here we go. Now we can check the weather for real and see what's going on for tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah, man, it was rough today. That weather was crazy, Nate. Nate, you been doing any fishing lately, man? Let's see what the wind's supposed to be like tomorrow. Wind speed Thursday, not 7. My radar. I never checked. I never seen that one before. Let's see what the weather's gonna be like tomorrow morning. 3 a.m. No, we're going to like 6 a.m. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. we're gonna have a. Why is it taking so long to load today? Jesus, my computer's lagging. 9 mile per hour. What is that? Like a northeast wind? All right, 9 knots. Yeah, wind speed. 9 knots, 8 knots. Was the weather bad? I don't even know what the weather was. I was working Saturday. It's gonna be a west southwest wind. Oh, that's an ugly wind. Man, that's not very conducive to fishing on the outside. That's gonna be blowing like right into everything. Oh my god, my computer is lagging so much right now. What up, Vic? So this is digitalweather.gov. This is where I like to go check out all my weather. This is where a lot of people get their information from to make their forecasts and stuff. Like this is the government National Weather Service or whatever. They put the information out. So it looks like tomorrow we're gonna have a west southwest wind. Ugh, that's not very conducive to fishing where I want to go. Wait, no, this is north northeast. So maybe that's not too bad actually. A north northeast wind is going to be protected on the outside, on the beach side. You're going to go to Irish Bayou. The water's been real nice in the lake. The water's been really nice in the lake. I mean, the water has been really nice in the lake. I don't know how it's going to look after all this rain though that we had. They probably pumped out the whole city into the lake, so it's probably going to be a lot of dirty water. But maybe not around Irish Bayou though. Irish Bayou is kind of isolated and away from the pump, so you shouldn't be too bad over there. So yeah, so the wind direction north northeast. So that shouldn't be too bad. So what is it in Empire? Why is it saying southwest? Northeast. Reds and Sheephead every cast at the Long Rocks last Friday. Nice. That's pretty good. So the trout were the trout not out there at the Long Rocks? Because we went out to the Long Rocks, I guess that was 2 weeks ago now. We were catching a bunch of trout. There were a lot of small ones. I don't know if you saw that video I posted, but there was tons of trout. So the wind looks like it's pretty favorable for me tomorrow. Let's see, precipitation. Doesn't look like it's going to rain very much tomorrow. Looks like we're going to have like what, 0.23 inches of rain. That's nothing. So looks like it's going to be a good day for fishing tomorrow. Oh yeah, yeah, that's the way to go, Salter. You were smart, man. You was thinking ahead. I wish my dad would have got me one when I was 4. Saved me a lot of money by now. Yeah, Vic, that was the problem out there with us. We caught a bunch of trout. We probably caught 70 trout in an hour, but we only kept 9. Actually, I think we only kept like 6 from that hour of 70 trout. We caught the other two. We caught the other 3 at another spot. So let's see. What else we got tomorrow? What else I'm gonna check? Probability of precipitation. Is that an 81% chance of rain tomorrow? But yeah, so weather's looking pretty good. We already checked the world view, didn't we? We're not gonna be able to see nothing because it was cloudy today. But the water's been right out there, and with a northeast wind, if we go out to Empire, it's gonna be blowing like that. So I'm gonna be protected on the outside on the beach side. This is looking pretty promising. Maybe I'll finally get a day to line up right. I'm gonna have to go find somebody to go with me though. I have to make somebody come. Yeah, man. I don't know. I always try to sneak out before these storms. Uh, Actually, one of my best trips was like the day after the storm. I remember that was like a couple years back. Couple years back, we had that little storm blow through, and me and my buddy went out to Lake Pontchartrain. We just slaughtered the trout the day after the storm. The last time I remember trying to go before the storm was the day I almost tried to sink my boat. We we were trying to sneak around this little point. I think we were over at Irish Bayou, and they had the storm was coming like the next day, and me, my brother, and Ninth Ward Johnny, we had launched right here, and we were trying to sneak around this little stretch right here, and the waves were pounding in right here, and we hit this point right here. We went up the first wave, down into the trough. Then the next wave came over the bow of the boat, and we were all standing in like shin deep water, like Brandon was talking about earlier. Oh, look, my mom is calling. We think we're gonna go live with my mom. We're gonna go on. I got you on speaker. You live right now. You interrupted my story. I was telling everybody about how we almost sank the boat that time trying to go fishing before the hurricane with Johnny, and we was in shin deep water. And what happened was Johnny, he was the wildest one with us, and he saw that water come in the boat, and he looked at me like he was about to die. And he said, "Jeffrey, when you turn around, you better turn around fast." And it was funny because he was all gung ho. The first, like when we were first going there, he was all gung ho about going and sneaking around and going catch these trout. And as soon as that water came on, he turned into the most scariest one out there. It was funny. I was scared too though. But then he was like, "Yeah, when you turn around, you better turn around fast so we don't catch one from the side." Yeah, that was pretty scary. But luckily, my boat is like unsinkable. Like I said. All right, mom. I'll talk to you later. Tell everybody hello. No, not me. Tell everybody on the YouTube. Say hello to YouTube. Uh-huh. And I'm a good fisherman. Tell them I'm a good fisherman. Yeah, uh-huh. See, my mom knows. All right, bye. Uh-huh. Y'all see that? My mom loves me. But as I was saying, so yeah, that was a trip I tried to take before the storm. We didn't do great, but I think we went like the next day and really slaughtered them. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna see. Hopefully we change that story. I'll be telling y'all next Wednesday about how the trout fishing was on fire, caught like a state record or something like that. And let's see if I can find that picture. I'll show y'all that stringer from the day after the hurricane. So anybody else got any plans? I know ain't nobody got plans to go fishing this weekend. It's gonna probably be a doozy out there. Oh, that was 20. The calm before the storm. Yeah, that's what it is. So anybody went fishing this over the 4th of July? I know. What's his name? Said he was doing something. What's his name? Who was that? Somebody else. Was that Leonard? Oh, that was Bashan. Bashan went out and caught some fish. Yeah, I can't find that picture of that stringer. I know I got it somewhere. Oh well, I'm gonna find it after probably after everybody's gone. He said he caught some reds, not reds. He caught drum in Robinson Canal. Let's go fly over the Robinson Canal out of north of Cocodrie. Where is it? This no, this is Robinson Canal right here. Where is it? I don't really, I'm not really familiar with these areas here. Is this Robinson Canal? I think this is the Robinson Canal right here, if I remember correctly. It's south of it's on the road to Cocodrie. Yeah, Joe said he's been doing some bass fishing. Joe, where do you bass fish out of? What area you bass fishing? Did you say you was on the North Shore, Joe? I think you were talking about last time, like by your Lacombe area somewhere. Here it is. Here it is. Now I found the picture. This is from the day after we had that hurricane. What is this? What day was this? October 2017. This was the day after the storm. Check out that stringer. That was like 50 trout or something like that on that stringer. He was struggling on that picture. Oh, Bayou St. John. Have you been catching any nice ones? I don't know if y'all know Ty Hibbs. Everybody should know Ty Hibbs. If you don't know Ty Hibbs, look him up. He's a really good fisherman. He um he told me that he released like 500 bass, some crazy number of bass he released. He caught and was transferring them into Bayou St. John, and he tagged them all with blue matrix shad tags. So if anybody catches them, you'll win a prize for a matrix shad. And he said he released like some crazy number of bass into Bayou St. John, and he also released some really big ones too, like getting closer to you know 10 pounds, like some really nice ones in there. He was catching them and releasing them. But the crazy thing is, he said he released like something like 500 bass in there. He said nobody has called in or tagged fish yet. So if you've been fishing Bayou St. John, pay attention if you catch a bass, see if it has a blue tag on it, because it's worth some lures. You get you a nice little care package from Matrix Shad. So we got some submissions. Josh Josh sent us a pictures of a perch he caught in Lake Pontchartrain. That's a really big one. If you can see it, I don't know if y'all can really see it clearly. I know this is not the best way to share images, but that's like a bigger than his hand. That's a pretty big perch. So you caught those in Lake Pontchartrain, huh? That's pretty cool. We used to catch a bunch when my family had the camp. We had the camp off of Highway 11. Probably one of the biggest perch I ever seen was caught in this little. Wait, where am I? Yeah, this canal right here. Is it this canal? Yeah, this canal. We used to have the camp back here. It was destroyed after Katrina, but this little ditch right here holds a lot of nice perch, sac-a-lait and perch too. But yeah, I seen one that was like big one. But that's a big one right there, Josh. It's probably close to the size of the one I'm talking about. Cause yeah, you shit. I remember back when I was like, 10, 11, those perch used to be bigger than my hand, but now my hand has grown a lot. And yeah, you got pretty big hands, so you pretty that's a big old perch. Hey Josh, you mind sharing where you were at? Where's the secret spot at? What was the secret bait? What you caught it on? You don't have to share if you don't want to, but I know a lot of people love them perch. Let's see, where else they got a lot of perch at? Somebody was telling me about a spot. Maybe I shouldn't tell the spot, but they were saying that they were catching them right now. Oh yeah, let me check it. Let me check it real quick. B Ram sent us some a weather alert, weather forecast. Oh, here we go. Man, this is a pretty cool app. What's the name of this app, Brandon? Weather. Wow, you can see the circulation forming where that storm is coming, I think. Oh, behind the airport? Man, that's like the hottest spot in the city right now. Y'all don't even know. I guess we could talk about it now. This little corner right there is on fire, like it's been on fire. Historically, it's been a pretty good area for me. I haven't really talked about it much. My radar. All right, yeah, that's pretty cool. You can see like the circulation and the air movements and the airflow. But historically, this has been a really good spot for me in the springtime. But I wasn't really telling people about it because the police used to run you out like immediately as soon as you got back there. So I didn't want to really blow up the spot. But now it seems like it's a little more lax. They got some businesses back here now. They're letting people kind of hang out. So um, and there's really good fishing back here. I went back here in the boat. I went back here in the boat not too long ago. What up, Francis? Where the fish at, man? Francis, drop some knowledge on us. I don't fish like I used to, so I don't have like the first hand reports like I used to. So Francis, hit us with something good. Let us know where you caught them at, what you caught. But yeah, so this little corner back here, I went back in the boat. It's really shallow. You can actually wade. You can wade. You can walk like it won't get any deeper than knee deep, and you can walk all the way out to these rocks, and then you can get up on the rocks and walk out the rocks. But it's all full of grass right now, full of bait. and there's just tons of fish back here. I know they've been catching a lot of reds, tons of sheephead, bass, perch, pretty much everything in Louisiana is like right in this little corner right here. It's one of my secret areas. Even sockeye, I've caught some sockeye back here, which is crazy. Oh, Alicia Oliver. She wants to know what this storm is going to do for water quality. Hopefully, it improves the water quality. Hopefully, it's like a big flush that we needed to get this river water and kind of move it away from the inshore area, especially this little area that I like to fish in the summertime. This Cat Island, Mississippi Sound, Isle of Pete, this little triangle right here is one of my areas I like to frequent since I had the boat. And right now it's just covered up in river water. So hopefully when this storm surge pushes in, flushes out, it's gonna be nice and clean and like, you know, Florida clean water. Francis retired. Oh yeah, I ain't talk about that. My kayak guys, I kind of been neglecting y'all. It's been too hot to go on a kayak lately. But we got some new stuff coming from Hobie. Francis, thanks for reminding me. Hobie came out. Francis, you retired from kayak fishing? What, you a bass fisherman now or something? I remember you had on the pro jersey with your sponsors and stuff. Yeah, it should boost yeah, that all that water movement will help the oxygen levels. That's why I'm hoping it'll flush out a lot of the algae that everybody's been talking about and is all scared about. It'll flush out some of that algae in the fresh water and get some good salty summertime action. Whoa, where did I go? But yeah, that's what I was talking about. Hobie released a new product. Right now, ICAST is going on, which is like the trade show of all fishing trade shows, where everybody comes with their new information, their new products, and shows their new lures and stuff. So maybe we'll talk about that next week. That's pretty cool, man. So you like pro bass fisherman now. You're gonna have to teach me how to bass fish. But Hobie released this new drive where it gives you the ability to pedal in any direction. So before they had the forward and reverse, so you could pedal forward, you could pedal backwards. But now this new drive, you're able to swivel it and pedal at the same time. So you can see on the video how they're so much more maneuverable. They're able to pretty much go in a full 360 with just the pedals. You don't even have to use a rudder, it looks like, which is pretty cool. So you'll be able to hold your position a lot easier with the kayak. You'll be able to really squeeze into those tight areas and navigate in ways that you didn't have to do before. And to be honest with you, this is going to pretty much make the paddle obsolete. You're not going to need to paddle at any time with the Hobie. So yeah, this is just a promo video. You can see here how it's working. You can twist the fins, which is pretty cool. The only thing is the price tag is going to be outrageous. I'm probably going to assume. But yeah, look at that. See how they can just like you can go any direction, which is really cool. It's like having a trolling motor, like a foot powered, pedal powered trolling motor on your boat, where you can swivel the trolling motor head at any time. Yeah, it's really cool. And then this is also another feature where before one of the biggest problem with the fins is they had these rigid metal rods that held the fins down. So when you would run into something, you would bend your rods or you would break your rods, and you end up having one fin for the rest of the day. But now they put this new feature in where the fins kick up when you hit something, which is really cool. That's going to alleviate a lot of headaches with running into stuff, especially in the marsh when you fish in shallow water and there's like oyster beds or pilings and shit like that you run into. That's gonna cure a lot of problems. And I wonder if you can pedal in shallow water. I couldn't really tell. When it kicks up, you can still pedal at the same time. No, it doesn't look like it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. $6 million. Oh man, that's awesome. I have to win the lottery to get one. So 4,800 plus tax, Francis. Is that for the pro angler? Or is there gonna be? Does it fit the Outback? I don't need a pro angler. A pro angler's too heavy. I'm not strong enough for a pro angler. Why is it? Do they have a price tag on it? It's basically the same boat. They just put this new drive in there, and that's pretty cool. It's really cool though. I kind of want one. Oh, it's only for PA right now. So I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the 360 to come out on the Outback, and then I'll get mine. Oh, so the PA is not gonna come. It's not gonna come in with the regular drive anymore. Is that what they're saying? Or are you gonna have to buy the 360 or the regular pedal? I guess. Yeah, at that point, is getting really steep for a real steep price. But to me, I look at it like it's like the difference between buying a top of the line boat versus buying a used boat. So yeah, you can go out and buy a $5,000 motorboat. Like the boat I got in the yard right there is probably like a $3,000 boat, and it does everything you need to do, and you can have a great time on it. But it's still lacking and still not top of the line and still doesn't have all the amenities that a modern top of the line vessel has. So, like Ninja Duck, if you have it's like having like a $70,000 bass boat versus having a little flat boat in the backyard. So you can buy a $200 kayak, $300 kayak, and it's going to get you out and you're going to catch fish on it, but you won't have the same comfort level. You won't have the same um, amenities that this new Hobie has. So yeah, it's all in what you value. I'm not saying you have to have a Hobie to catch fish in the kayak. It's just all in what you're willing to pay for and what you really want. Yeah, if you win tournaments, see, I'm not a I don't know. I don't think there's enough tournaments to win to get one. You have to win a lot of tournaments to afford a new PA. But hey, that maybe that's motivation now. Stuff is gonna get serious now if they got kayaks on the line. Switching from a 22-foot console that was 3,800 to a 2,800 PA was the best decision. To be honest with you, it's much easier on your wallet. Fishing out of a $5,000 kayak, that's another difference. If you buy a $5,000 boat, you're gonna be spending money on it every time you use it. Because trust me, I know something's gonna break on that boat every time you use it. When you buy a $5,000 kayak, you're not gonna spend. I mean, unless you're buying like crazy accessories and rigging it out. Once you spend that 5 grand, you're not gonna spend any more on it for the next 3 years maybe. So it is expensive in the beginning when you think about it, but then you're not buying gas, you're not buying uh, parts for it, you're not buying, you're not servicing it and maintaining it and having a trailer to worry about. It sounds expensive, but it's really not if you compare the cost to own a boat versus owning a kayak. So yeah, that's definitely a difference between kayaking. And then again, it's all in what you want. If you want to be a professional kayaker and have the top of the line stuff, you got to pay for it. That's my philosophy. But it is pretty cool. It's pretty exciting to see something new because really nothing real new has happened in the world of pedal kayaks in a while. Like, yeah, Nate, you got you a nice new boat. That's true too. Yeah, you could just buy a new boat. Like you could buy like an $80,000 yellowfin and give them to make it for you, and you'll be good to go. You probably won't have to do much maintenance on it in the first few years, but I don't know. To each his own. I really enjoy kayak fishing. I feel like the challenge of it and the grind of getting out there and having to propel yourself and land the fish and do everything on your own. That's part of the allure of it for me. Um, and then it's just cheaper and less stressful, and I don't know. It's a really good experience when you're out there versus the boat. When you're taking people out, you got pressure on you to put them on the fish and make sure they have a good time and making sure the boat's working, making sure you got to fill up the tank and stuff. It's an ordeal to have a boat versus a kayak. So much less stress with a kayak. And there's another cost savings. When you launch a kayak, you can launch a kayak anywhere off the side of the road. Just think about that 5 grand as like your launch fees, your gas, your maintenance, all rolled up into one. So yeah, once you start doing that, then 5 grand is nothing if you think about it. Yeah, man, I need to get into some more tournaments. It's time. I think I got an open spot right here. I need to fill in with a new plaque. First place. You had to buy a new boat with 3 kids. Made me feel more comfortable with a new one. Yeah, that's always a consideration too. You got to get something that fits your needs. You got to get something that fits your needs when you. So if you have a big family, it's not feasible to have a 5 grand kayak and not be able to take everybody with you if that's what you need to do. So yeah. So maybe you need to get the top of the line boat if you have a big family, and then skip on the uh, skimp on the kayak. Get you a $500 kayak. Yeah, IFA is coming up. When is the IFA? I'm gonna have to look at that. I skipped the first one because it was right around Mardi Gras time, 2019. Let's see. Let's see what the schedule is. I'm gonna try and jump in it. Actually, I'm definitely gonna do it. Louisiana. Where's Louisiana? Did I scroll past it? July 28th. Oh man, it's coming up soon. What up, James? Thanks for watching, man. The IFA kayak tour is coming up at the end of the month. I didn't even know that. I need to put my time in. I'm definitely gonna be there. July 28th. That's earlier than usual. Yeah, that's what it says right here, 2019. Good place to stay in Grand Isle, Fouchon, Leeville. Uh, the places I've heard of down there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that'll be my next plaque that I'm gonna put on the wall. First place, IFA home event. I'm gonna make a space for it right here, next to my other IFA plaque. Thanks for reminding me, Francis. I'm gonna have to get back in shape. I haven't been in a kayak in months. But let's see. Lodging in Grand Isle. I was looking up this stuff last night. Uh, what's the place that I know? They've got a Sand Dollar Marina at the end of the island. That's usually a decent spot. I know a lot of people stay there all the time. Um, Here we can look at the prices right here. I know they got that place in Fouchon. There's the little hotel in Fouchon, which is pretty good. And then you got Ricky's, which is kind of run down, but it gets the job done. Top water is nice, right? I don't know what cheap is though. Isn't expensive. I think they all run around that same range, the 150 a night, somewhere up in there. So if you get a couple guys together, it's not that bad. If you got 3 or 4 guys, I've never. I usually do it real cheap when I go down to Grand Isle. I usually sleep in my back of my truck. I sleep in the back of my truck, and most of the time I don't sleep though. Most of the time I hang out on the pier all night and sleep, and catch a nap for like an hour in the truck, then wake up and go fishing and do it all again. But yeah, all these places run about the same rate. I think you have to just worry about getting availability this time of year. finding a place that has a room. What up, Colin? I didn't know you was on here. Man, you gotta get in kayak shape though. Like delivering mail is just like sedentary walking. It's different. Like my fingers are in shape, my hand is in shape. This little action right here. But you gotta get that pedal power in shape. My hook set is a little loose. I gotta get the hook set in shape. You gonna get a tent? Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's the way to go. If you can get like I see a lot of people do like uh what you call them, toppers on the back of their pickup trucks, and then they just put a little bed in the back of the pickup truck. I know a lot of people. I've been seeing a lot of people doing that. You was logged in as mom? What? That's weird. Stop being weird. Don't put that. Don't tell people that no more. How long have I been on here? I've been on here for like an hour now, just talking about nothing. Colin, what you got to talk about tonight? You ain't been fishing. Tell people how bad our trip was on the 4th of July, Colin. Tell them how muddy Lake Bourne was and how we didn't catch anything. We went fishing for 4 different species. We went jack fishing. Who was asking about the jacks? We've been jack fishing. I've been jack fishing a couple times now in a few different areas, and I still haven't seen one. I haven't caught one. I have heard uh, a report that somebody caught a couple, but this was like a couple of weeks ago. I had heard a report that some people caught some jacks, but I'll let y'all know when I find them, because we definitely gonna do like some kind of meetup tournament, everybody hook a jack thing. Um, we did it a couple years back and it was a lot of fun, and so we definitely gonna try to get that together. Oh yeah, we did. We found the kayak buried in the mud. That was pretty cool. I'm gonna do a video on that, so I'll save that story for the feature length YouTube video. A crabbing trip? Yeah, that'd be fun. I don't know where could we do a crabbing trip that would accommodate a decent amount of people. Trying to think. Maybe the Delacroix Pier, maybe out in Shell Beach, or maybe Island Road. Yeah, Island Road would be the move probably. That would be probably where we should do it. Yeah, I just gotta get time. I got so many ideas. I got so many fish I want to catch. I just need time to do it. I've been this little job I got now. I've been taking up all my time. I don't know how y'all people do it. Probably wouldn't catch what, a crab? I know how to catch crabs. I was raised on catching crabs. We're gonna get T. Laura to come teach a lesson, Colin. Where can you get a few stickers? Oh, you mean these stickers that I always forget to plug and hand out? Shoot me an email with your address, and I'll send you a sticker. We got these. We got these. I'll send you a little mashup bag. Everybody, send it to fishscale@gmail.com. Shoot me your address. Don't worry, I'm not coming to your house or nothing like that. I'm just gonna mail you a couple free stickers. Yeah, the big decal, the little one. I'll put in a couple for you. I always forget about them. Thanks for reminding me, Brandon. Yeah, we got the stickers. Oh yeah, we could do crab and trip in Lake Road too. That's always a good spot. A lot of people catch crabs on the North Shore. Yeah, we got a few options. We'll get a crab and trip planned out before it gets while it's still in the summer. Man, the U.S. Postal Service delivers everywhere. Trust me. I gotta plug the company. Some time ago, I hinted at making a fishing lure. I don't know about that yet. I don't know. We got so many ideas. We just got to make sure it's the right idea for the right time. You know what I mean, Joe? What up, Shannon? Brandon? Then we got the Ramirez family in the house. We got the Oliver family. It's like a real family affair going on right now. If I made a fishing lure, I would make a I would make my own pet spoons. That's what I would make because they discontinued them. They're like some of the best lures for jacks. Don't be stealing my ideas now, though. I can't be telling y'all everything. We got to keep everything, smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors. But yeah, I got to go find something to eat. It's 10 o'clock. I've been on here for too long. I appreciate everybody in the comment section keeping it nice and lively. It's been a good one. This has been one of my better turnouts lately. So thank y'all for showing up. Don't forget to hit that like, smash that little like button right now if you like what we're doing here. If you want me to come back and do it next Wednesday. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed, but probably all of y'all are subscribed because y'all are here, right? But yeah, thanks Francis for coming out, dropping the knowledge, man. You got us right back on track when you came in. So shout out to Francis, shout out to Colin, shout out to Mom. She did a cameo in the middle if you missed it. Who else was on here? Nate, Ninja Duck, Josh, Joe Blow, Vic, Brandon. Who else we had? Steve Raddick. Go check out Steve's channel. Go check out Brandon B Ram, BX Ram. See, he's part of the X gang, X family. If you got an X in the middle of your name, you know you're cool, right? So go check him out on social media. He makes some cool music. I was checking him out during this week while I was at work. I was playing his music while I was delivering mail and stuff. So like all the Metairie didn't heard your stuff now, man. So you famous in Metairie now. But thanks for coming out. I'm going to find a something to eat, something to drink. See y'all next Wednesday at 8:30. We're gonna talk about my trip that I'm taking tomorrow, and we'll talk about I don't know something fishing related. Peace.